It's not recording. Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Talkmen Tuesday. Stuart and Angel. Two guys, adults. Yeah, we're adults.
Two men.
Talking about culture. And talking about things we know nothing about. So it works out. I thought about doing like a knock-knock joke, but I knew I wasn't prepared for it. So I just went with the intro.
Yeah, I think that was a good call.
With that being said,
roll it.
Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah. Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah.
Talkmen Tuesday, coming at you on a Wednesday, switching it up a bit, seeing if Wacky Wednesday is going to be the name of our new podcast, but we'll probably keep it for now.
Wacky Wednesday. That would be interesting. We did do Talkmen Tuesday, but then I had to switch the recording time to Tuesday, which I could still push the podcast out. But yeah, yesterday was my dad's birthday, and my grandma surprised him at 8 o'clock to be like, hey, let's go eat. And we're like, still running the store, Grandma.
We can't do that.
And like my mom and dad both wanted to go, and I'm like, guys, one of our employees left because her mom is having a kid, so she wanted to take care of like the kid, help out the mom. And then another one had like a lawyer appointment in Chicago, so we were like down 2 employees. And then, yeah, both of her wanted to go. I'm like, guys, that's not gonna happen. Like, if we let my dad go, and just like 2 of us can handle it, but like, I just can't handle it all by myself. So like, no. So I told my mom to stay. I'm like, are you serious right now? My mom could handle it at least.
Well, yeah. I got your text and I was like, I was in the middle of a show and I'm like, yeah, okay, it works fine for me. No worries at all. So it all worked out.
What show are you watching?
The Circle.
What's The Circle about?
It's like a competition show where people, like, they're all staying in the same hotel. They create like profiles about themselves. Some people are catfish, some people aren't, and then they like rank each other at the end of each like week or something like that. And the top 2 people are influencers, and then they decide somebody who leaves, and then after that person gets kicked out, a new person usually comes in. So,
random question: have you watched Friday Night Lights, the show?
I haven't, but that's kind of one that's on my list to at some point check out, because didn't it just got brought back to Netflix, right?
Yeah, that's why it's like on top, one of the top things.
Yeah,
I'm like going on it. So I started the pilot, but I'm like 10 minutes in. It looks interesting. It has like a nice high school story into high school football, and because I just got done with the All American show. That left
did?
Yeah, that left it on the cliffhanger. I hate that.
I haven't watched the new season of All American, but I've heard Friday Night Lights, much better show than All American. All American, sometimes you could just tell the acting is not the best. You don't watch that for the acting part.
Yeah. I just still can't believe they left it like a cliffhanger at like the end of the season. I hate it when they do that. And now I'm just like,
it's how they keep you around.
Yeah.
And then You season 3 is coming out in like 2 weeks.
What is You about?
You've never seen You? Oh, you need to get on the You hype train. It's about a guy who's basically stalking this girl. Season 1 is all about this guy who's stalking a girl because he's like he's convinced that like they're destined to be together, and so like he learns all about her and then pretends like they're just meeting for the first time, but it's like saying all the right things because he knows what she likes and all that stuff, and then he goes a little crazy, and then season 2, I can't tell you why he goes somewhere else, but he goes to another location and same kind of thing happens. But there's like a big plot twist in it that I'm not going to say because I don't want to ruin it for you. It's definitely a very bingeable show, and I think you would like it a lot. So that's why I'm giving you vague info because I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I'm gonna get on that. And Friday Night Lights. I've always heard things about Friday Night Lights. Is there a movie Friday Night Lights? Is the movie based off of this show?
There is a movie that they came out with that probably based off of the show. I'm not sure if like all the characters in it are the same or anything like that, just because I haven't seen either the show or the movie, so I can't really say for 100% certain. I would assume that there's a bunch of similarities, but
I wonder how they got 5 seasons into like high school football.
Yeah.
Season. I'm gonna watch it and then go from there. Yeah, from 2010.
Well, they could probably do like kids graduating and like a new class comes in, like different grades, and so like each season could be like a year or something.
But I feel
it wouldn't surprise me if like they did season 1 and 2 were freshman year, and then season 3 was sophomore, 4 junior, 5 senior, and that's how they kind of ended it.
That'd be smart. Yeah,
I could see something like that.
That makes sense. 5 full seasons. Were you ever into?
Have you seen?
Wait, what was it?
I was gonna say Squid Game. Have you ever seen Squid Game yet?
No.
It's all over TikTok. It's the Japanese show. It's on Netflix and like I think it's like top 2 in the world on Netflix right now. But I just started it, but yeah, if you look it up on TikTok, I don't recommend it because then everything on your For You page is going to be around it because everybody's posting about it.
What is it called?
Squid Game.
I'm going to look it up right now. Ooh, Squid Game? Oh, snap. I had to put Squid. And yep, Squid Game, not official.
There's like a ton of hype around it.
What's the show about?
So, what I believe it's about is people who are in like debt, or just want to win this like game show type of thing, all come together. And like there are very vague rules about it, but it's basically if you make it to the end of the game, you win like $1 million or something like that. But it's like you're playing with your life, and so like if you lose in the game, you die.
Oh,
and so it's about like and so again, I'm halfway through season 1, and then I started watching something else, or episode 1, and then I started watching something else because I thought it was a movie, and so I was prepared to sit down and just like watch a movie one night, but it's like a season show, and so there are episodes and everything to it, and so that kind of caught me off guard, but.
I forgot that Netflix show was like football. There was a lot of partying, basically fraternity.
Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, that one. That like
I watched that all the time in college, like an unhealthy amount. I watched that show.
It's like the highlights of
but
college.
It was so good.
Yeah. It's just the highlights. None of the studying.
No. Oh no. And they even joke about that sometimes in the show, like. Why aren't we in class right now? I don't know.
They're football players. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's always also programs that happen to that. Like, you're like,
100%.
Just take classes. You'll pass. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, didn't that end off, like, after 2 seasons and then they got, like, either denied or, like, canceled or something?
No, so it went, I think there were, like, 4 or 5 seasons of it. Like, it was around for a while. Or a good amount. But then they stopped it because they said like the kids graduated college, and so like they all went their separate ways. And then they were gonna be making a movie. It was called I think it was called Welcome to Thadland because one of the main characters, his name was Chad, but with a T instead of a C. And so it was called like Welcome to Thadland or something, a Blue Mountain State movie. And I don't know if that ever got made or if it was just a huge flop. It wouldn't surprise me either way, but they were definitely had at least like 4 seasons.
3 seasons. I googled it.
Really? How many episodes? Were there like 20-ish episodes in them?
Let me check real quick.
2, 5, and 8.
13 each.
Okay.
13 episodes. So I think I only watched 2 then, because I figured, no. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, snap. There was a film. It was released February 2016.
Was it called Welcome to Thadland?
BMS movie was announced in a Kickstarter launch. The Rise of Thadland.
The Rise of Thadland.
Huh. I feel like I might need to see season 3.
Season 3 was all about, like... Because I think the main character who was the quarterback, I think season 3 was he became the starting quarterback or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But I remember
it was good, though. I mean, watch that all the time.
While you were in college.
Oh, yeah.
To reminisce.
I remember the Thad character, he always drank a mojito. And so I went to a bar one time and I got a mojito. And they're like, do you actually want a mojito? And I was like, no, I actually don't want a mojito. Because it was like a college bar. And they're like, do you really want that? Like, no, I'll just take a beer.
Just give me some rum and coke. Top shelf? No, bottom shelf. Cheapest thing you can have.
I'm on a budget.
Or quarter beers. How do they get away with that? Like a quarter of beer. They must like.
I feel like they know that you're going to be getting other things too, and not just beer, and so they'll make their money back that way. And not everybody there is going to get a beer too. So
there was a limit, wasn't it? Quarter beer night. You had to be there super early, so only like the first few got some.
Yeah, it was. Well, as soon as they ran out of the bottles, then it was done. And I remember there were some people in the fraternity that would go there like right after their last class ended, like basically right when the bars open, and they would get one of the corner booths and then just give them like a 5 or whatever, and then have a whole case of beer, and like they would try to fill up the table with empty beer bottles. Like it was a very unhealthy thing, but I did partake a couple of times in that activity.
That sounds fun. Huh. That's cool. Oh, CrossFit Gym did not close for 2 weeks. It only closed for 1 week. So this is the week it's closed. And I don't know what to do with my life. We have a new coach, new owner. He seems he'll be running most of the classes, so he'll be heavily involved with the CrossFit Gym. The other guy, it was just like a side gig. He had a full-time job and ran CrossFit on the side, which is why he needed other coaches to help him out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he had a daughter too, and I'm like, what? So I figured, kind of makes sense why he sold it, because he just didn't have the time for it. So
yeah,
new stage of his life. But this new coach seems pretty cool. He was like a coach
or her.
Him.
Yeah, okay,
we met him. Yeah. He wanted to buy the equipment, and then apparently found out like the whole gym was for sale. So he was like, might as well get the name, so it might stay with the same name and just move less than a mile away. So he's gonna add a new class to it and add a kids class to it too. So
a kids class is a good idea, because I feel like it'll entice people with families to go and be like, yeah, the kids can just do kind of their own little workout while the parents do theirs. It's a good idea.
And then I'm realizing how much parents love putting their kids through like sports, so they're really tired at the end of the night and just go to bed. I'm like, this is why I see so many parents in sports. They just want their kid to be tired, not bother them at night, just go to bed.
I was actually talking with Candace about that the other day. It's crazy. Like in elementary school and I guess high school too, after school, you essentially like would go to practice for a couple of hours, and then you'd still have to go back home at like 7:30, 8, and do your homework, or if you had a test, study for the tests that were the next day. And like, I mean, how did you function? I feel like
did you have study hall?
Just a lot. We had study hall, but didn't study in study hall.
You're one of those people.
Oh yeah. Well, nobody really did.
Yeah, I think the only class I really needed to study was for like calculus senior year, which that's when they finally the math teacher was like, you're gonna need to study for this. And I'm like, every year I'm like, yeah, right. And then that one was the one where I actually had to study for it. Like, darn you. I don't know what's going on. What are all these letters? I remember one formula, I was so confused with it. And then I finally, like, 3 weeks in, when we were moving to, like, a new subject, it finally clicked that, like, one of the variables was, like, a certain part of the other equation, and it, like, clicked. And I'm like, why didn't she just say that, like, that variable equals to that? Like, no, she had to make, like, oh, she made it so complex. She made it so complex that, like, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to, like, when she said that variable is equal to that section of the equation. And that confused me so much. And then when it finally clicked, I'm like, this is so easy. Why didn't I know this before? Yeah. Did I tell you, calculus class, we had all very good students in that class. So everybody got like the honor roll, right? Everybody except for 3 people. No, actually it was like 5. I was friends with like 2 of those people, or the 5. So, I remember it was second period, and they had like a welcome snack or dinner announcement for everybody who's on the roll. So everybody left calculus class who was on the honor roll, which was 95% of the class, except for like 5 kids.
And then you're just
me,
hey.
2 of my friends, and like these 2 other kids. I don't know who they were, but just like hanging out. The teacher was like, "Yeah, we're just not gonna teach now because like just nobody's in the class right now." So I'm like, "Damn, we're the losers of this class."
I was gonna say at that point I'd be like, "Woohoo!"
I think it was like, yeah, everybody else was very good academic wise, and they're just like us. We're just like, yeah, we had enough of the skills to get into class, but not so much skill that we were honor roll nominees. Yeah, and I think the other 2 people, including myself, did not get honor roll because of that class.
Yeah,
because of calculus. We were so like bummed out about it. Like, this is the class that didn't get me honor roll. I'm like, oh, well.
And now I have to sit here alone. Well, not alone, but I had a calculus class in high school too, and it was a class that was very, very difficult for me as well. And I knew I was not going to do well in it after the first exam. I guess it was more like a pop quiz thing. We were like learning a bunch of these different formulas or something. And the teacher was like, make sure by the next class, like, you have these memorized. Like, there was like a list of like 15 or 20 of them. And I'm like, why? Why do I need to have these memorized? That's silly. And then we came into the class the next day, and he was like, pop quiz. And it was, I remember it was a sheet that had 2 columns in it. One column was one side of like the formula, and then the other one was like the name of it or something like that. And there was on the column on the left, it was blank spaces, and on the column on the right, it was like A, B, C, D, and you just had to fill in which ones corresponded with like the name to the actual formula itself. Pretty basic stuff if you studied for it. I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I turn mine in, and like I'm like, okay, so I put like ZALL, like just like random stuff, and then he goes, "Did anybody else like my little creativity piece in there?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." So all of your answers should have started off with "math is fun," and I'm like, "Oh God, I did not get that." So like, number 1 was M, number 2 was A, and T and H. I'm like, "Oh, you're kidding me!" Like I got mine back and it was gibberish, and I'm just like, "Yeah, this is a sign I need to either study or get out."
Get out. Did you ever finish a quiz first and just like wait around and be like, wait, why is everybody studying? Like, why are they keep going? Should it be harder than this?
In grade school, one of the teachers called me Speedy Gonzalez because I always wanted to be the first one done with my test, just because I didn't want to take it anymore. And so I would try to go quick through it. And like I would have like silly mistakes. She's like, "Just take an extra time and like double check all of your stuff." And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna go through it quick."
So you would go up and turn your exam in first? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't wait for somebody else to turn it in and then you go in?
No. I took, so if it was a class that like I was struggling with like in high school, I would do that. I would wait until somebody else or a couple people went up and then I would do it, because I'm like, it would look really bad if I was the first one and then I get like a C on it. They'd be like, "What are you doing?" type of thing. But no, if it was like an easier class, I'd have no problem just being that kid.
I just want to question myself. I'm like, should this be taking me longer? Did I mess everything up? But it worked out. I graduated. That's what matters, right?
Yeah. That's the important piece. We made it out.
Oh, yeah. How long do you take to get a new phone, or your thought process?
Longer than you. Can I just say I called it? I 110% called it.
Well, guys, if you're listening to this, I couldn't wait the 3 weeks for delivery, so I canceled my original order. Well, actually, I ordered my pickup order to make sure I could get it, and Chicago times were like off. I couldn't get it in the afternoon, so I went to Indianapolis to order pickup, and I picked it up on the day it released. Friday. That's Friday. I wanted to come on this podcast and be like, Sawyer didn't believe in me. He didn't believe in my willpower. And guess what, Sawyer? I ordered the iPhone.
I did it. No, yeah. I know there was no shot.
My sister took 5 months to decide whether she was going to upgrade her phone from I think she had the 6 or 7, and then she didn't get the 12. And I'm like, I couldn't even wait 12 hours, after release date. I'm like, yeah, go pick it up. It was half an hour wait for line. That was it.
It just kind of goes down to probably what you use it for, your phone for, just personal stuff. Mm-hmm. I can understand because you like filming videos and stuff like that. So obviously the camera and all that stuff is going to be important to you. For somebody that just uses it for calling, texting, and maybe games or something, it's not that important, so you can wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, most people were upgrades are basic: camera, battery. I think what was the third one? Most people said probably the speed of the frequency of the refresh rate. I forget what word they used, but basically the refresh rate. It's 60 something versus 30. Apparently, there's a big difference, but. I can't tell. There's no glitchy things like the other one, but I don't think. Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, I have no willpower when it comes to cameras.
I think it's
and new tech.
I think it's funny because technology used to be dial-up internet, and you would have to wait 5-10 minutes to even get connected to the internet, and now if it's not connected right away, people are like, "What's happening? Why is it so slow?" We need that instant gratification on the speed of everything.
Yeah, if there's a 3-second lag, you're like, "What is taking so long?"
Mm-hmm.
Even with like the Instagram photos, when like you see the little loading, you're like, why is there a loading sign? It should be already up, posted.
Yep. Yep. And it's like then you close it all down and then you refresh it.
Hey, sir knows about that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm trying to. The goal was to create vlogs once I got the phone, but yeah, that lasted like a day or two. We'll see. But I need to like get more. 21 question game. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to see where we're at. Ooh, I visited O'Grady when I want to pick up my phone. He's
you did?
He's a plumber now. He lives with Paul. Paul. What was his last name?
Hawker.
Yep.
I was like, do we say his last name? Do we not say his last name?
Oh! Yeah. Hopefully you won't check him.
Frank Johnson. That's who he lives with.
Yeah. John, we'll call him JP.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he's been on here.
I thought he was overseas teaching
now.
English.
That's what he started years after he graduated college. He took like a few years, went overseas, studied English, or taught English, and he came back to the States. He got like a computer science course certification. He got one job from that, and then he realized he didn't like it too much. So he just went to like a plumbing business and was like, I'm here to like, work, and yeah. Probably the time when like, people need a lot of work. So he's been plumbing for maybe like 2 years. He enjoys that way more than the computer science or the whole writing code.
Yeah.
And I can see that. I can see him being hands-on.
He definitely like sparks me as more like use your hand type of work.
Mm-hmm. And then he wants to have 10 kids. But he hasn't found a lady.
Damn!
Yeah.
Holy! We should
And then I'm like,
popping those things out now.
He's gonna have one kid and be like, I'm done with that.
Yeah. Or he's gonna have like triplets or something, and then be like, this is too much at once.
Or those parents that have one, like a triplet and they're like, we're done. After 3, we're good. Can you imagine all 3 at once? Oh my goodness.
I mean, yeah. No, I can't. And I don't want to have to be put in that situation. That's kind of one of those things like you just get thrown into the fire with it. Like, not sink or swim, that comes across so wrong, but it's like, now it's game time. Like, let's do this.
That's a new type of pressure. There was a mom who came to the store with her like 17-year-old pregnant daughter. And the mom goes like, see, my daughter beat you. It's like,
that's funny.
Why don't you have your kids? Like, the train's gonna leave you. And I'm like, good thing there's airplane. And the daughter was just like laughing and cracking up because I think she's due in less than a week. So like this weekend.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So she's close.
Yeah. Like, dang. She's like, yeah, you better hurry up because then you'll be chasing them all over. And like, he'll be old and like, I don't know why people have said that more and more. There was another lady who was like, do you have any kids? I was like, no. I was like, how old are you? I was
no,
like,
man.
28. And then she was like, are you blind? There's women everywhere.
Well, that doesn't mean I want them.
And then she was like, if you don't like the woman here, I'll take you back to my country. And then like, she was from Congo. So she was like, in Congo, there's beautiful women everywhere. And then apparently one of the famous dishes, like mofongo. She's like, we'll make mofongo.
Okay.
It's very delicious. And you have kids. Like, okay, that works.
I'm like, sold. I'm in. Let's go. Get me some of that mofongo.
That just sounds nice. Yeah.
I'm curious what mofongo is. Is it like a stew? Is it Like a kebab type of thing? No, I wouldn't know. I'm going to go to Congo and I'll let you know.
Oh, weird. And then that just made me realize, like, I need to do something about my love life.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah. Because the only new people I meet is either through CrossFit or work. But work, like customers. It's like, that would not work out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah. It's like,
I was telling Candace, I was like, if I wasn't married to you, I don't know like where I would start dating. Like I'd have to go on an app or something like that, just because I won't go out on my own to meet people. Like,
and then once you go on the app, you like have to like make a meetup, and you're like, what if this goes horribly wrong?
yeah.
Don't go for dinner. Go for one drink and that's it. Go for coffee. Then balance it.
I feel like
not going good.
The big thing on the app is to get the phone number. And if you can get the phone number from the app, then it's like, okay, they're slightly interested on their end. Like, now where do you want to go type of thing.
Another thing I also realized with my dating apps, they're all relatively, like, I think I haven't posted a recent photo in a very long time. Because ever since I've been here...
Now with the new iPhone 12, you can post a very high quality photo. Thanks, Apple. That's the real reason why you got it early.
Yep.
You just couldn't wait to update your dating profiles.
For my Tinder photos. I think one of my pictures is the group picture when you guys graduated under the Purdue sign.
Oh, really?
So I think that's my most recent picture. So
it's a little outdated.
Sorry, when did you graduate?
Because now it looks like you're just a recent graduate. Like,
oh yeah, that makes so much sense. I didn't delete that one.
Yeah, I switched that out.
And then there's like another one where I went to like visit Maddie with her dog, and I have that as like the main one because there's a dog involved.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But that's also very outdated because last time I saw her was probably before here, probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Any changes?
Well, and the Purdue one's gonna be 4-ish years ago.
You graduated in what, 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I had to think about it for a second. I was like, did I? Yeah, no, it was 2017. Yep.
Because I graduated 2016. Because our 5-year reunion was coming up. And then, luckily, the high school was like a 10-year reunion. But I don't think that many people went for it. So,
yeah. I don't plan on ever going to another high school reunion. We had one that was like a 3-year reunion, something very stupid. And I went and I'm like, there's a reason why I haven't contacted a lot of you people. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm fine on my end. Thanks.
Oh,
like, I wish you nothing but the best, but...
Alumni Day. Alumni Day for Pike was this past weekend. Did you see that or no?
Dang it. No. I probably got like some mail on it or something and thought it was like a due or something, so just threw it out. Like, stop asking me for money.
I was like, oh, I don't have my current address. So that's possible. So I was like,
I don't think you want it because the only thing they send is, hey, to be a good brother, make sure to send some monetary donations.
you're like, yeah.
No. I gave you enough of my money.
Has Purdue called you? Or are they done calling you?
Every once in a while they call, and I think it's hilarious because Candace used to have that job for a little bit, and they have a rule that they can't hang up on you. You have to be the one to end the call. And she said that sometimes she would get people that just wouldn't hang up, and she had to just be sitting there talking with them for a long time. So if you never hang up on them, they will stay on the line.
Oh.
So if they do call, have some fun with that one.
I had it recently. Well, I had it more when the year after I graduated, and then for some reason now I don't get one as much. Yeah, I haven't got one.
I'd be curious if they're able to kind of have people do that, because if everybody's in kind of a call center room, there's not too much social distancing going on. And if you're talking through a mask, it might get mumbled or something. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't gotten a call in a while about it.
Yeah.
Which again, no complaints.
Yeah.
Lose my number for all I care about. I'm good.
Okay, Sawyer. I'm trying to find a good would you rather question. I think we've done a lot of these. Ooh. Sawyer. Would you rather have a bottomless box of Legos or a bottomless gas tank? You'll be rich either way. Sure, gas would probably get you more money in the long run. But infinite Legos sounds like a lot of fun.
Why would somebody choose the Legos? I guess you could sell the Legos. If you have an infinite amount of Legos, you could sell them in separate pieces.
Yeah. Gas versus Legos.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going Legos.
You going Legos? You're going Legos?
I'm going Legos. I'm going to make money off of this. Even if I just sell each piece for a penny, I've got an endless amount of Legos.
Yeah.
So I'm loaded, and I can buy all the gas in the world.
Yeah. And then in the long run, what's gonna actually retain its value? Legos or gas? Because gas seems like it's actually probably
Legos.
Like in the short term, gas will probably be really high. But in the long term, you're just going down. And Legos, they could keep the brand up and be like the ultimate play toy. You're set.
And then if you're bored, just go to your Lego box and you can start building something.
Sorry, you made me really think about my photos on my Tinder profile now. I'm like thinking about yeah, that is true. I'm like, people probably be thinking I'm ready to graduate. I graduated a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, it probably reads that way. If I'm being honest, if you've got a graduation photo in there. Because the only time somebody posts like a graduation photo is if it just happened.
That is true.
I mean, for who knows? I mean, people could see it and be like, "Oh, like you're a master's graduate or something like that." You can also do that. So,
John wanted to go on a mission trip for because we went in college, right? He's like, "Do people still do that for like young adults?" And I was like, "John, we're not young adults anymore." He's like, "What are we then?"
Yeah,
we're adults.
Adults?
Yeah. Like really? Like yeah.
Take the young out of
it. Like. Now that I think about it, I don't think there's that many like mission trips for like adults. That's why adults go on like college mission trips or like younger mission trips. Because adults are usually very busy, probably with kids at this point. And you got 18 years of that.
Yeah. Kids or jobs that they can't get away from.
For 18 years.
Yeah. 18 years.
John actually asked me if since you were married, it's like, so we're gonna have kids anytime soon? And I'm like, there's not any signs that they'll be here anytime soon. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. The signs are clear that they're not gonna come anytime soon.
Yep. At least those signs are clear to you. Yeah, we were talking about it the other day. We're like, yeah, we're good to wait a little bit because like it's like. We want to be able to like go on and like travel and things like that for a little bit, and it's like you can't do that if you have a newborn. So
yeah, it's 18 years. Oh yeah. And then you gotta start getting that college fund.
Stop! No, I'm not thinking about that. It's my money.
It's my money until a newborn comes.
I mean. After you have a kid, like you have to grow up quick too. Like,
there's nothing like a life-changing experience than having a baby come.
Like,
yep. Now I'm like a real adult. The babies have to take care of a baby. Yeah. I can't.
I told Candace what I want to be in my job as a manager before like we start doing it, because I feel like if I get to like a manager level, then like stable enough in the organization and all of that stuff. And so I've got like professional things that I'm doing beforehand that I want to get to beforehand too. So
Then, I don't want babies budgets. Random Dave Ramsey plug-in. Did you know 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck?
really?
Yeah, and I was like, what? And it's like, yeah. So that was amazing. So if you have a paid off mortgage, you're considered weird because not everybody has that. The majority of people don't. So
I don't.
yeah.
I'm still paying mine off. What up? New house.
As long as you pay down, and they'll go end up getting a new car.
I can't make any promises. Candace is looking for a car, so
I looked at the new Tesla. I pre-ordered it with $100. It's coming in 2 years.
Wait, what was wrong with that?
Nothing until you pay the rest of the amount.
Yeah. I love the car commercials that are like, no money down until this date. And I'm like, yeah. And people are like, oh my gosh, it's basically a free car. But it's like, as soon as that date hits, they just slam you with a big due amount. Like, you don't get to ride that no money for a very long time. Like, they will get their money.
Ooh, apparently also warranties, extended warranties aren't that great. Because people selling it are usually getting a big commission check from it, and they really don't protect you for like what it's supposed to, or like the coverage sucks basically.
Yeah. Did you get a protection plan for your phone?
No.
Yeah.
After that, yeah, it was like all protection warranties suck.
Yeah.
Well, extended warranties. Because people make a bigger commission off of that than actually selling the actual piece of whatever they're selling. What?
I mean, because it's all what if money. Like, you're paying for if something might happen. If it doesn't happen, then it's just free money for them at that point.
And then I wonder if iPhone now you actually have to pay a fee for it if you damage it a certain way. Previously, it wasn't free. You just pay the insurance. But now it's like more. I don't really know about that.
They'll find their way to get some sort of money out of us.
Yeah.
They always do.
Ooh. Would you rather be forced to eat only spicy food or only incredibly bland food? You want that fire? Or you want that opposite of fire? Question mark. Yeah, so you like spicy food or really hate spicy food?
It like broke up there. So is it would I rather always eat spicy food or
only incredibly bland food?
Oh.
Like you want that fire or you want that opposite of fire? Yeah, so you like spicy food or really hate spicy food? You already know my answer.
I think I'm going spicy too. I mean, my body will adapt, and if it doesn't, then I'm just going to be crying every single time. But I don't think I could go through life just eating only bland food. That would stink.
Yeah, I like Chinese food on my sriracha.
Yes, that's the exact way. I still remember that one time we went after some drinking, after a party. We went to one of the Chinese places, and you literally took the sriracha and like had a pool of it on the side of your to-go bin or your to-go box, and like I don't know how you made it through that, and you had to have been hurting the next time you sat down on the toilet. No. That was wild.
Yeah, hurting it on the toilet wasn't until like more recently. Yeah, I didn't understand that until like recently. I'm like, What is that saying? If it burns going in, it's gonna burn coming out. I didn't get that until like recently. Like, oh, now I understand that. Like, what are you guys talking about?
I made a bad choice.
So, and then my stomach's also like more. I feel bloated when I eat spicy food. I'm like, what is going on? Stomach did not used to do this to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Would you rather never be able to wear pants or never be able to wear shorts? This one depends a lot on where you live. Well, it might be a tough call for a lot of my readers. I think it'll be much easier for those of you in colder climates.
That's a good question. I'm feeling like I'm always going to be wearing shorts. So I'm going to say never be able to wear pants.
Even in the winter time, even when it snows.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to suck. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just thinking about like when it's really hot outside, or like what if you want to go to the gym and work out?
Ooh.
What if you want to go for like a run or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
You have to wear jeans?
Joggers?
I guess, yeah. Oh, if sweatpants count, then I'm going to go pants.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know why sweatpants wouldn't count. They're long pants. Yeah, okay, I'm switching my answer. I'm going the other way.
Boom.
Because you can get a light pair of sweatpants if it's really hot outside, and then do the trick.
Oh. I'm going with pants too because it's cold.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to handle the winter with shorts. My legs would hurt. I heard that it only gets worse with age. You're going to get more fragile to the cold.
Fragile. Fragile.
The older people like, you young can handle it. So like, what do you guys mean by this? Like, it hurts when it's cold outside. And like, there's nothing to protect you. Like, really? I can still handle it now.
I mean, that's exactly like when they're like, oh, your hangovers aren't bad now. Just wait till you get older. Like, then you'll see what a real hangover is. And now it's like, oh my gosh, like down for the count for like a day. And then you're going to be down for the count for a couple of days. You're not going to feel full yourself. Like,
I remember a bartender said that. It's like a week after he went on vacation. He was like, it's been a week from my vacation. I'm still hungover. I'm like, so confused.
I'd be like, how much did you drink? Follow-up question.
He was like, yeah, it gets worse with age. Like, good to know. Good to know. Here's a shot. I'm gonna enjoy this now. Okay. So you asked me the question of the day.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Would you rather live the next 10 years of your life in China or Russia? Both big, diverse, and interesting, but very different in a lot of ways. So which do you think would be a good fit for you?
What?
What do we know about China and Russia? What do we really know about China and Russia?
Oh, I'm a big China-Russia guy. Actually, just read.
What do you know about China?
I read a geography book the other night about Russia and the top places to go. Moscow, beautiful this time of year.
Think of like, wait, China speaks Chinese, right? I sound such an idiot. But like,
yes, in China they speak Chinese.
And then like Russia, Russian, right? It's not like different.
No, French.
It's like the United States, they speak English. What? United States English. Where did they come up with English from? They were owned by France. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, yeah. I think I would go China because I think I know a little bit more about China than Russia, but I really don't know anything about Russia.
I feel that. And I feel like if I'm thinking food-wise, I feel like I don't know what kind of food Russians eat. Like, what's Russian food? I don't know. But I know Chinese food.
American Chinese food is good.
Yeah.
Who knows is actually Chinese food, but American style.
I feel like there are more touristy things to do, like walking around and stuff in China. When I think of Russia, no offense to all of our Russian listeners, shout out to you guys, by the way, but I think it's just cold. Like, that's the only, I just think of a snowy, cold area. That could be completely false, but that's just what comes to mind.
Big coats, whatever. There's like a superhero in like the Russian parts of the world. That's big coats. There's vodka involved. And
definitely vodka. Vodka's their water over there because it's so cold and they need to do it to keep warm.
And so, yeah. And then China, we get some articles from China here and there. China's cracking down on cryptocurrency again.
See, you're the one that knows all about China. We are actually Chinese experts. Yeah. So if anybody has any Chinese questions, let us know in the comments, and we will answer them in Chinese too, nonetheless.
I actually had a friend who went to like work in China, and since they don't have Facebook or whatnot, they just have like they had to go to like a library to like access Facebook. They have to have a VPN because they can't log into Facebook. They have their own social websites. So you're going...
That would be a little...
Wait, what are you going?
I'm going China.
I'm going China. Yeah, I'm going China too.
We can hang out in China together.
Boom. We can see the
roommate.
We can see the ball drop from like the New Year's Eve. Yeah. What's like
that was the selling point. that was the selling point for you.
I would never want to see it
in China.
But
in China, do they celebrate the Chinese New Year as the New Year, or do they celebrate the New Year as the New Year?
That's the other thing I wanted to know. Or do they celebrate both?
Two parties. I'm down for that. I'm gonna Google this because I need to know this. When do Chinese celebrate the New Year? It's just popping about the Chinese New Year.
What about Chinese?
Oh, I guess they celebrate both. So the New Year is January 1st, but then the Chinese New Year, it's a public holiday, both of them.
All right, there you go. Boom.
There we go.
Question of the day.
So that was the question of the day. And so you guys can let us know the answers that you guys would have for the question of the day in the comment section below. If you're listening to us on YouTube or if you're listening to us on one of the podcast platforms, you can shoot it over to us at talkmentuesday@gmail.com. And again, the question is, would you rather spend the next year of your life living in China or in Russia? And if somebody does choose Russia, can you just explain why? That would be great to just understand your reasoning behind there. Maybe you've got family there or whatnot, but I'm just curious. And if there's anything in Russia besides snow, too, that'd be great to find out. But so, again...
Like, Russia becomes the next tourist spot, the next year up.
Could you imagine? But no, let us know, again, what your guys' answers are. We will read through some of the funnier, creative ones. I'll be honest with you, last question of the day, there wasn't any like crazy answers. We had a couple of them float in, but nothing too bizarre. So that's why I didn't highlight anything for you here. And then one of the topics that I wanted to discuss was from Jacqueline, and Jacqueline wanted us to touch base on Angel's iPhone, and so we're able to do that. So shout out to Jacqueline for that. And so if you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, we will give you a little shout out, and then obviously mention those next week. But if you guys have, I guess, too, any feedback or anything for us, let us know. We're always looking to improve on our end. But hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you again for listening to us. But in the meantime, stay safe, social distance, unless you're vaccinated, then give somebody a hug, and make sure to tell somebody you love them. But we will talk with you guys next week.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.